Good evening. Thanks for staying with us for CBS 6 News at 5:30. I'm Cody Holyoke.
And I'm Liz Bishop. At 8 o'clock tonight, President Obama is expected to announce taking executive action on immigration reform.
Yeah, it's an issue that really hasn't been addressed by major legislation in nearly 30 years. Our Kimberly Howard joins us now. And Kimberly, from what we're hearing, the president is vowing to go this one alone.
That's right. And while the details of his plan won't be made public until his address, we're expecting his measure to clear the way for roughly 5 million illegal immigrants to get work permits. The plan could also protect the parents of U.S. citizens and permanent residents from deportation. As you can imagine, not everyone is on board.
Everybody agrees that our immigration system is broken. Unfortunately, Washington has allowed the problem to fester for too long.
President Obama is vowing to take executive action on immigration reform about a year and a half after the U.S. Senate passed a bipartisan bill that addressed this very issue. The bill looked to secure the borders, provide a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants, and reduce the deficit by nearly $1 trillion, but it was never called to the House floor.
I'm convinced that a majority of our members, in a bipartisan fashion, would support the measure.
On the phone from Washington, Congressman Paul Tonko told us he stands behind the president's decision to go at it alone. He says it isn't the first time a president has made that decision.
There have been many times that President Ronald Reagan and President George Herbert Walker Bush acted unilaterally on immigration to extend relief to individuals who are not covered.
Still, many Republicans on Capitol Hill aren't happy the president is bypassing Congress. There's been talk of a retaliatory government shutdown and passing laws that would counter the president's executive action when the GOP takes over both chambers next year.
If he wants to go off on his own, there are things that he's just not going to get.
While most Democrats aren't faulting the president for using his executive power, some are still hoping Congress can be a part of the process. Tonko says immigration reform affects everyone across the country, including the tech industry, the medical field, and the farm community here in upstate.
We believe there needs to be a long-term approach. It can't just be a Band-Aid to deal with the immigration crisis in this country. And ultimately, that's going to have to come through congressional action.
Coming up at 6:30, we take a closer look at what immigration reform would mean for the farm community, specifically how it could affect the food you eat and the prices you pay at the grocery store. Live in studio, Kimberly Howard, CBS 6 News.